I'm Dave Rutherford with Jay Hill. We're talking about today immigration policy in this country and some news that's come to light by a reporter who discovered a document inside the Trudeau government that is suggesting, not policy yet, right, suggesting that businesses be forced to hire immigrants ahead of Canadian applicants.
Well, I'm not so sure that it's forced. It might be enticed, but the point is that they intend, through this report, at least the PCO, Privy Council, produced this report for the government, for the cabinet of the government to consider using taxpayers' money. Just imagine this, taxpayers' money to provide preferential hiring and promotion of immigrants over what I would call homegrown Canadians.
Okay, so a subsidy, some kind of a fund, and they would subsidize these new employees, these immigrant employees, and the business's motivation would be, well, they're going to pay me to do it, so I'll do it.
Yeah,
is that
it? That's the idea.
Incredible. It's part of, isn't it? I mean, even to talk about it that way, Jay, it's kind of shocking. I didn't want to say un-Canadian because unfortunately we've seen these kinds of crazy subsidy programs before.
Yes.
And you know, they're fine when there's a subsidy, but as soon as the subsidy ends, well, the whole policy falls apart and goodbye to what they're trying to achieve.
And imagine if they accept this and actually bring forward a government policy that would actually do this, and the divisiveness that this would create in Canadian society between Canadians that happen to be born here, and all of a sudden they see immigrants that are not only hired in preference to them, but then promoted over them. And they even came up with a new term in this report that I'd never heard of before. It's called job laddering, as opposed to promotions. They're going to give them a ladder to climb up on.
You don't have to earn it.
No, exactly.
It's all built in.
It's all built in.
But it's part of, isn't it? It's part of this sort of very mushy, kind of squishy immigration policy that this government has today. I mean, just look at the refugee situation. I mean, our Prime Minister tweeted to the world, come on in.
Exactly.
You know,
and they did.
And they did.
Illegally.
We have got now, I mean, I'm seeing some stats out there, 50,000, I don't even want to say immigrants, 50,000 applicants for either citizenship or refugee status have disappeared. They can't find them.
Well, they're
tracking
absent visitors. Maybe.
Oh, terrific. Yeah.
They just, disappeared.
So it is this idea, though, that we're allowing in what I consider to be these fake refugees coming in from the United States, which is a safe haven. And for some reason, Trudeau and his clan have opened up the door, helped them with their luggage, and brought these people in from a safe country.
Yes.
So I really don't understand what Trudeau is doing other than, I guess, maybe mining for votes, although these people aren't citizens yet and can't be voting. So it must be part of sort of his persona around the world of the
kind and loving and
shiny pony.
But you know what really bothers me about this report, I have to say alleged report, I guess, because I haven't actually had it and I haven't seen it and I haven't read it. But what bothers me is that it's following up on the heels of a statement by the Liberal MP, Seamus, is it Seamus or just Shameless or Reagan?
I knew that was coming.
You know, the Trudeau's Veterans Affairs Minister, and he said immigrants are better at creating new businesses and new jobs than Canadian-born people are.
Crazy.
I mean, and then we hear about this report that's coming right after that kind of a statement. So clearly this government and its ministers and its cabinet is intent upon the selective preferential hiring of immigrants and family. And I want to be very clear here, David, I'm sure you do, is that this country is built on immigrants. We're not anti-immigrant.
I mean, I was going to say that for sure. I mean, exactly about immigration. Canada needs immigrants. We're not reproducing ourselves. We're not having enough babies to reproduce our families. So, but the goal has been 1% of population. That's been sort of the number of immigrants allowed into Canada, going through the normal process, 1% of population. So 320,000 right now. We never reach that target. We never get there.
No.
So what is wrong with leaving it there?
Yeah, well, any argument about numbers is really a false argument. It's a false conversation, because as you say, we never hit the target we already have.
We don't. So we have a nice normal stream of immigration where people come to this country for all kinds of reasons. A lot of them economic, sure, but not always. And they apply from the country of origin where they live, or we find them in a refugee camp, but we don't allow them to cross our border from the United States in this free flow of these fake refugees. So Jay, I think the immigration policy you talked about, the statements by Seamus O'Regan, the refugee crisis in Canada, I think it's leading to this erosion of confidence in where this immigration policy is going. I think Canadians are very worried about this.
Well, not only that, but as I said, if it keeps going down this track, we're going to see where Canadians of new origin or homegrown Canadians are pitted against one another.
Well, that's what's happening. Trudeau's doing that now.
And that type of divisiveness is not helpful to anyone.
Yeah, the Prime Minister could maybe stop yelling racist every time he comes across somebody who disagrees with him.
Yeah.
So, but that's the divisiveness you're talking about, Jay. It's happening now, and it's too bad.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, we have gone on this one.
We went on and on.
We did. Hey, thanks everybody for being with us. I'm Dave. This is Jay. If you want to follow us and help us with some support by subscribing to the channel.
Did you ever notice, Dave, that when we go on, it's usually you going on and on?
Thanks for watching.